second in the Eurovision Song Contest. Who'd have thought it? This is BBC Radio 2 on the BBC Sounds app and your smart speaker, and of course 88 to 91 in the FM.
BBC News at midday, this is Harvey Cook. A former Conservative leader has warned the government it needs to take urgent action to combat the rising cost of living. Sir Ian Duncan-Smith says that universal credit payments should be increased in line with inflation, which hit 9% last month, its highest rate since 1982. Ministers say they've taken action to help people struggling with rising energy bills and haven't ruled out introducing further measures. Doctors specialising in sexually transmitted diseases have warned the spread of monkeypox could have a massive impact on access to services. 20 cases of the virus have been identified in the UK so far, most of them in London. Dr Amesh Ajur from the Johns Hopkins Centre for Health Security says the virus won't be as disruptive as COVID.
I do not think monkeypox has any ability to cause a pandemic because it is an inefficient transmitter, because it is not contagious during the incubation period, because we have the smallpox vaccine that is a tried and true countermeasure to stop these outbreaks.
Russian forces are intensifying their attacks as they attempt to capture more territory in the eastern Donbass region in Ukraine. The BBC understands Russian troops have made advances in the area and are heavily bombarding Ukrainian positions. A new measure has been announced to help thousands of women struggling to access hormone replacement therapy, a treatment used to ease the symptoms of menopause. Pharmacists are now temporarily allowed to offer alternatives if they can't source the exact drug prescribed by a doctor. The Minister for Women's Health, Maria Caulfield, says shortages should ease next month, and until then, women should talk to pharmacists about alternatives.
I just want to reassure women that we have over 70 HRT products in this country, and there's only really about 10 where there's a struggle with supply. And this measure today will really help both women and also GPs, where if their product isn't available, they can be offered a similar alternative. And pharmacists are extremely experienced people to be able to do that.
13,000 people in the Chinese capital Beijing have been moved to quarantine hotels, even though they've tested negative for COVID. The authorities are determined to stop a major outbreak of the disease, as Michael Bristow reports.
These Beijing residents, all living in the same compound, were ordered to relocate after the discovery of about 20 recent infections in their neighbourhood. They'll have to isolate for 7 days. It shows the lengths the city is prepared to go to contain COVID. Different levels of restrictions are in place across the Chinese capital, despite only a few dozen confirmed cases each day. People are being tested daily and have been told to work from home. Meanwhile, Shanghai is continuing the process of opening up, although that's being done very slowly.
And votes are being counted in Australia, where people have been taking part in a general election, which will decide the country's next Prime Minister. The opposition Labour Party, led by Anthony Albanese, is hoping to end 9 years of Conservative government by beating the Prime Minister Scott Morrison's Liberal National Coalition. And that's the BBC News at 3 minutes past midday.
Vernon Kay.